February 11th right here on Jocks. We talk about interesting things before the show each and every day. Maybe none more interesting than today. To which McElroy giving us his hard sales pitch on men's figure skating and how we should be watching that in the evenings.
It was a good watch last night.
Where was the Auburn basketball game? On what TV?
Side TV. I'm not going to. Why would I study a team that's not going to make the tournament?
If you hate Tom Hart, say you hate Tom Hart.
Is he calling it? I didn't have the volume on there.
Post-tense.
I'm sorry. Mike Tirico, Tom Hart. I'll go Tirico.
I don't know, Mike.
That Olympic show.
Hold on. Mike Tirico is doing play-by-play for men's ice skating?
No, he's hosting the whole thing, though. I'm going to tell you this. You know who did it? Terry Gannon, who also does PGA.
Rich's brother?
And then the downhill is, I forget who the downhill is. Anyways, we were talking about this, and they have done such a good job with the prime time in Milan. They really have. Like, incorporating stories. Like, it's definitely, if you look at the commercials, it skews female. You can tell. Like, they're trying to go after the female audience just based on some of the products that they're trying to promote and the messaging in the products that they're trying to promote. It's definitely skews a little female, but I'll be honest with you, it's a good watch. Like, they're telling stories, they're connecting the dots, they're showing like background stuff on the actual individuals competing. It's actually they've done a good job with it.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
A network is doing background on athletes that are competing in an athletic event?
No, like a guy will, like, for example, a guy won the first event last night, which was, by the way, insane. I never thought I'd like watching cross-country skiing. Ever.
Yeah, I'm out. No.
Never thought it was going to be compelling, but it was a sprint. It was a 1 mile race. So it took about 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And the guy that ended up winning it, they are like, he's like the Michael Phelps of
easy.
It's his 7th gold medal. This guy that won it from Norway.
It's cross-country skiing.
Dude, this guy is insane. You have to go back at some point. Take 3 minutes out of your day. I might make you watch it in a commercial break. There is one hill in this race that I swear it looks like it's 45 degrees straight up. And he attacks that hill, whereas the other guys can barely even get up. And these are Olympic-level athletes. It was unbelievable.
Do they play this for winter and summer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the Olympic theme, Olympic fanfare.
Yes.
I thought they had like a different thing for their network, like when they come back from commercial, like it's like the NBC. This is fine though, but I just
No, it's a good jam.
It's not
Catchy tune. I mean, it's not the Masters theme, but it's good.
So you're all in on Winter Olympics.
Yeah, well, as of the last 2 nights, I've watched.
Can we
nights
start
in a row.
your Winter Olympic update every day?
Sure. Last night, our U.S. This is good too.
This is the other thing.
This is the end.
This is what you get for your guy Tirico when they come back in.
No, this is not a rejoin.
When he's in the hut. What do they call their station downtown? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Was the Olympic Village headquarters?
Correct. These are like connected.
They had a random dude in there late night, I think Saturday night when I was watching it, and they had a figure skater's mom and sister in studio.
Yeah.
Was it Scott Hansen?
The skater?
No.
Scott Hansen does lead some.
Right, yeah.
Guess who I also saw yesterday? Lindsay Zarniak.
Right, she's doing it too. Yeah.
Haven't heard that name in a minute. She's doing it. Used to host the ESPN Sports Center at 6.
Andrew Siciliano's on there too. He's kind of recognizable.
Hadn't seen him.
Was it Dateline?
No.
Isn't that Scott Hansen?
I think so.
Scott Hansen is
You don't want to see that guy showing up at work.
Well,
NFL Network
maybe.
Red Zone. Siciliano was DirecTV Red Zone.
He's doing this too. He's versatile.
Yeah.
I'm not here to say that it's not interesting and some of it's not compelling, and I haven't watched some because I have.
Yeah.
But I'm just interested to see that you're completely bought in right now.
100%.
Specifically into men's ice skating, which a week ago we had a conversation here about, do you answer the phone on the first call from your wife?
Correct.
And you gave us the pep talk of asserting dominance in the household and
100%.
finding some testosterone. And
Yes, and being a man and not being at your wife's beck and call, which is embarrassing that you're admitting that you are.
Are you referencing that to me or to other people?
Everybody. Yeah, you're included in an umbrella.
Got it.
Saying I'm scared of my wife, so I answer on the first ring is a concerning relationship dynamic.
Well, considering the whole reason we had the conversation was that I don't. And
I'm just saying the world. But yes, you are included in the world. umbrella
listen,
policy.
the ice skating stuff is impressive. And my daughter started
unreal.
ice skating lessons like 3 weeks ago. So she's super into it and wants to watch it. So we had to record most of it and let her watch it before she goes to bed. But
Yeah.
I don't know if that would make me, quote unquote, dialed into the men's figure skating.
Okay, let me give you one quick sales pitch on it.
I do have this question for you though. In the pairs, couples, team,
Couples.
duel, what do they call it when they do it together?
I mean, yeah.
It's too early for me to answer.
Pairs?
It's fair. Wait until after 8 and the kids are at school. Pairs? I don't know. That doesn't even sound right. Pairs, but
I
whatever
think
it
it
is.
is pairs. Or ice dancing team. I don't know.
I just always wonder, like, how are those people not together? And I know most of them now are. Or at least I believe most are actually like dating, married, whatever. but
Correct, right?
Yes.
Well, some may not want to be.
fair. But the amount of time you're spending together
Correct.
and the things that you're doing to one another, you'd feel like it'd be hard to date somebody else. I'll say that.
You'd get jealous?
It'd be hard to date someone else.
You and I do radio together 15 hours a week. You think they're training more than 15 hours a week?
I do, actually.
Maybe.
Definitely.
I don't
15
know.
hours a week?
That's a lot.
No, figure skating is one of those, specifically growing up, I think, where you're putting in the work. Like, they
Yeah.
don't go to school.
Yeah.
We're going to homeschool.
Got to go pro in something.
There's a good number of those.
Hold them back.
Do
Give
they have the
Especially
Tebow rule in figure skating where you can homeschool and then skate for your high school?
I'm sure. I don't know if there's a lot of good high school teams. Feels like an academy sport.
Watching that event yesterday.
Feels like a private school
There's a good
sport.
number of the men's figure skaters that are products of mother and father that were figure skaters.
Yes, the Ilya. I can't pronounce his last name. The
Melanin,
Melanin or
something like
whatever.
that, yeah.
Melatonin.
It's something like that. Seriously, like it's like Ilya, and they call
Right,
him the
yeah.
Quad God.
Correct.
Iliac crest.
First and foremost, all right. So a couple things here.
Here we go.
Ilya, the guy that skates for America, who's like one of the best in the world. He was so impressive last night. He was the last thing I watched before I went to bed. He went
See
to,
the guy that did the backflip?
yes, that's him. So they call him the Quad God. So I tell my wife, I'm like, the
boy.
Quad God. I'm like, when I think Quad God,
That's
I think
Saquon
Saquon Barkley. Like to me, I think Quad.
It's Ronnie Coleman.
Like this guy's got skinny legs. Like this guy's not the Quad God. Like, who gave him that? She goes, no, it's quad, like quad spins in the air.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there thinking it's a body part that they're describing. Meanwhile, it's actually the amount of spins he does in the air. This guy's unbelievable. And here's my sales pitch on the figure skating. One, I completely agree with the outfits. What are we doing? Seriously, what are we doing?
I'd rather that than them doing it in jeans.
No.
That looks weird.
It's like you can wear something that is like that looks normal. Like it doesn't need to be like skin tight. You know, I'm sure is there like drag or wind shear as you're skating around the ice? I have no idea. Like, is it
They're in what?
aerodynamic?
You think they should be in drag?
No, I'm saying, is there wind drag or wind
Oh,
shear?
got it. Yeah, you're trying to do 4 spins in the air, I would imagine.
Probably. So you might need something that's a little aerodynamic.
Maybe that's why you need skin tight.
Perhaps.
You don't see those speed skaters in flowy stuff.
No, you don't. You also see him bending over to that. To me, my back would be killing me. It hurts just to watch the long speed skating. That's beside the point. But moving back to when I watch the downhill or the moguls, which we watched all this stuff yesterday. All my kids wanted to watch it all. I actually don't mind watching curling. It's not bad. It's a little strategy. It's a little boring for sure, but it's not terrible. But a lot of these events, luge, skeleton, bobsled, it's the same thing over and over again.
Correct, right,
Same
yeah.
track, nothing changes.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, this run's a little faster than the last run. This one's a little different than this run. Even on some of the freestyle, like the slope style ski jumping, slope style ski jumping.
5 times.
It's a hard one. It's impressive, but after the first 2 or 3 runs, it's like, all right, I've seen all the tricks. I don't care if they're goofy footed versus regular footed. And if they hit with the right side of their snowboard on the rail versus the left side of their snowboard, or whether they do it 3.5 turns or 2.5 turns, it's all kind of the same to me. The one thing I'll say about the figure skating is that every routine does, even to me, look a little different. Now, I can't tell the difference between a a sow cow and a toe loop and a Lutz and an axle and
Well, Southern Cal's actually going to have a good quarterback this year, so that would be the first difference with them.
fair.
Cal has completely redone themselves in the portal, so I don't know exactly how they're going to look just yet. We'll talk about that when we get to Big Ten Media Days.
Cal's not in the Big Ten, but it's a good start.
But with Southern Cal is when we'll start the conversation.
But I can't tell the difference between the actual technique being used on these jumps, but it is highly impressive from an athletic standpoint. Like any one of us who I consider myself to be a pretty good athlete, Cole, I think you feel the same way. I would look completely foolish trying to jump up and spin the way they spin. I don't know how they do it. It's mind-blowing. And they do it on the ground in tennis shoes, and you watch them warming up.
I can't.
I don't know how they do it.
I can't stay upright on ice skates. So, yeah, I think
it's unreal. And at least there's a little variety. The outfits are ridiculous. Completely agree with that. Don't love the music. I'm going to be honest with that, too. You should be forced to.
You hate Stevie Wonder.
No, you should be forced to. Some of them are okay. You should be forced to at least dance to a song that is universally recognizable. Pick some Bad Bunny. That's a hot topic.
Dance or skate.
Go Bad Bunny.
But I think you could take any elite athlete in these games and give them a tennis racket or a golf club or a basketball, and they're probably going to look foolish. Maybe not Lindsey Vonn with a golf club. I'm sure she's been on the range for a while.
Fair.
Probably with
not now.
With the hockey stick, she would look okay. But
yeah, athletic. Perhaps. I don't know. I think you might be surprised. These guys are probably pretty athletic.
Take Steph Curry and put him on the Super G. He's probably not lasting long.
No. A little different animal.
Ask LeBron to do a double axel. Probably not happening.
No. So
Sam Darnold curling, probably not happening.
No, he'd probably be pretty good.
Probably interception.
There's no intercepted in curling.
He'd find a way.
I feel like quarterbacks should be good at curling. Touch, feel,
they
spin.
Think. No.
I think it could be, being able to think your way through a game. I think it's be a good translatable exercise. But I think the Winter Olympics has been a good watch so far.
That's the question for the viewers: is are you in to these Winter Olympics? Great background viewing for me. So if it's on in the background, great. I don't think I'm really going out of my way to watch a lot of it. So we went to a high school basketball game last night. We didn't really sit in front of the TV very much, but I don't despise it when it's on. I will say this: the curling is a hard watch for me. It's just I don't see where the sweeping ever makes a difference.
Makes you go faster.
Oh boy!
And changes the direction.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot more going on.
You're telling me you notice
there.
that, John? When they sweep, you tell me you see that it turns.
I've been watching curling for 20 years. Yes.
I honestly
20 years. Wait a second.
I get the
20
curling.
years. You've watched it 5 times.
I didn't say how many times. I
I'm
said
just
I've
asking,
been watching
though,
it.
but-
I've seen it every Olympics for the last 20 years. I woke up one morning 20 years ago. I was like, oh, what the crap is this? And I was hooked.
You can't find it during other
I could if I wanted
times
to.
of the calendar.
I made my choices.
It's not a bad watch. I'm with John.
Not
here.
a great watch.
I'm not saying it's a compelling watch. Like I'd rather watch,
It is when the gold medal's on the line. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good strategy. Who has the hammer? Like there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot more going on in that sport than we probably understand. I probably don't really. I don't know really what I'm watching that much. There's probably a lot more going on that we don't understand.
In that what?
In that sport.
No.
Game.
Don't do that.
What do you want to call it?
Don't do that. It's an athletic event. Actually, I'll just say event. I will say the United States cheering section at the curling was literally out of central casting. It's awesome. A lot of denim, cowboy hats, red, white, and blue cowboy hats.
Like Midwestern.
And I don't think any of it was for show.
No, it was a real deal.
It was some hardcore Dakotans.
Dakotans. Minnesotans?
It fit the bill 100%. All right, so are you in? 205-834-9450. You can text into the show. 800-239-9569. Tweet in at Mac and Cube. Do you buy into the Olympics? Have you been bought into the Olympics? Are you watching the Olympics? Is there anything that hasn't started yet that you're excited about? Because you already told us you're diehard speed skating.
Short track, not speed skating.
Are you all in on this new lady whose pants ripped like everybody else is?
I don't know. I haven't seen the tape. Now on social media, dude, you miss out on things that are dumb.
Well, I think a lot of people are not into it because it's dumb, but maybe the reason's dumb. But yeah, they're now watching.
This is on short track?
I have no idea. It is on a track, or it actually went off the track into the pad.
So it probably is short
Crash.
track. Gotcha. No,
They
I
don't
hadn't
crash
seen
on the long
tape.
track.
I think they do crash on the long track some, but it's very rare.
Can you check into the boards in speed skating? Like, can you just like?
There's definitely some collisions in short track. It's allowed. It's not necessarily encouraged, but it does happen.
When are the figure skating finals?
Not 100%.
The gold medal rounds.
I think the men's is going to be tomorrow. They take 2 days in between.
Is that not
Friday.
essentially the main event of the Winter Olympics?
Not men's.
Again, and what? Like if individual and team, and there's several.
Yeah,
No,
you
but
got
like,
men's, women's.
If you had like Summer Olympics, you would say main event, 100-meter, one of the swimming events, and probably the gymnastics all-around final. Winter Olympics, I would say that the ice skating gold medal
Men's individual
round,
I guess.
Not
That's
men's. Not men's.
Well,
Women's.
probably not. Well, this one.
women's easily,
The
but
American is. I mean, he's the favorite.
Americans are always.
what
in the
else is
mix.
close to that in Winter Olympics? Hockey?
Yeah, probably.
Hockey's good. I think. And
Has that even
America's got a real chance to win it. this year.
Absolutely.
boy.
Yeah.
So we've been told. I don't know for sure.
The only
but
two countries that won it, we're one of them.
that have won the gold medal?
Yeah.
Who? What do you mean? There's
That's
only
like
two
telling me we're
countries
going to
that have
win
won
the
it.
distance in the Summer Olympics too.
What do you mean?
Canada.
Only two.
Canada's in women's. Canada's dominating.
Canada's dominated, but I'm pretty sure that the Soviet Union had a decent run there.
Yeah, in men's. I said women's.
Oh, women's. Yeah.
Are they back in this Olympics?
Soviet Union?
Yeah.
No, I think it's gonna be tough for them to get their act together.
Yeah. And their countries together too.
Yeah.
I feel like they're busy. All
I
right,
don't see.
so there
I
it
don't
is.
see it.
I'm.
It's a good watch. I think you should.
Are you gonna now? Are you buying in now to the cross country skiing with the BB guns?
No, I still that I understand, but I'm not. I only want to watch the sprint
Got it.
cross country skiing, which was last night, and that was really good watch. You got to see this guy attack the hill.
I don't.
I'm telling you, you got to
I
see.
don't. I'd rather watch people curl with their baby in their baby carrier on Twitter right now. I don't need a guy going fast on his Nordic tracks.
It. It's a
I'm
good
good.
watch.
Nah.
It's a good watch.
It's not. I just don't. It's what you just said about the repetitive nature of it does take away from it. I agree. Like we talked
For
about
sure.
luge yesterday, and I will say this: the people that NBC find are incredible for this. Like the lady they had calling the luge the other day was talking about all these details, and she sounds like she's been doing TV her entire life. I'm like, where do they find these folks that know the luge and know the details and all of it? And then what do they just go? What do they do for 4 years until they come back? I have no idea.
They have
But every
championships.
luge run, except for the ones where they crash, looks exactly the same. But yet, in turn 3, one person gains a second and a half, the other person loses a second and a half, and it looks no different to me at all.
Well, is that not any different than like sprinting or swimming? They look the same running around the track and swimming in the pool.
I thought you were about to say, is that not different than your run play, where they
No,
just
I
just
know
running
better.
the ball?
I know better.
But I could see some folks
Right.
kind of going there.
They just swimming in the pool.
No, I don't. I can't. I mean, other than just one appears to be moving faster than the other. Swimming doesn't look a lot different, but you can usually tell when somebody's going faster. Okay, Greg is bought in. Are you bought in? We'll find out. Tomorrow, right out of the gate, Greg's Olympic update. You laugh, but this is your new thing.
I do like the Olympics. I love how you try to act above the Olympics. I'm only watching Americanized sports.
Well,
I don't
first
have
off-
any time for sports that nobody can compete in.
First off, I'll be watching sports is different than the Olympics.
Not
There
necessarily.
are very
true.
few sports in these Olympics.
I would say Olympic is
Hockey?
sport.
Athletic event, different.
See, like I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah. Again, when you're competing against course, Not a sport.
What about competing against the clock and or others against the clock?
Race.
And a race is
Not a sport.
athletic event.
Yes.
Okay.
If you are not directly competing against another human, somehow, some way, back and forth.
By sheer
not a
force
sport.
of will.
Not a sport.
Okay.
That's
Athletic event.
my opinion.
Totally fair.
And I realize people hate that. I get it. Like all the competitive cheer moms are really mad right now. I get it. I'm sorry.
Thanks for listening, though.
We appreciate that. It is.
Up next, a
school
competitive
drop-off.
cheer breakdown from Cole Cubelic. You have a daughter. Is she going to do cheerleading?
I don't know. She do whatever she wants.
Of course, but I don't.
Mark Bulger has a curling facility in Nashville. Maybe it's good sport for quarterbacks. GMAC should give it a visit and try it out. That's from Mark Ingram.
Love it. Not going to Nashville.
Now you hate Nashville.
No, don't hate Nashville. I'm just not going to Nashville to curl.
Apparently, Rachel Nichols is on the U.S. board of curling.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, who knew?
Most difficult decision they've made.
Whether or not to let Rachel Nichols in.
How can we utilize PEDs to help our athletes?
John Mack tweets in, Cole, help us. GMAC likes the quad guy dressed up like Link and Zelda.
Link
He
and
doesn't
Zelda?
know- he doesn't know who that is. I get it. Ready to slay a dragon and save the princess. It's a good call. If you saw the photograph, John, it works.
Oh, I've
actually.
watched a lot. I know when he's talking. He looks like the mummy.
Didn't
The
Link-
outfit looks
Didn't Link have a
ridiculous.
cape though? I feel like he
He
had a
did,
cape.
right, yeah.
that's
I
the
mean,
only
it
other
is ridiculous.
He looks like he was Emotep in them the mummy movies a little bit.
He
But
could
a
he could pass
bedazzled
for
version of
if
it.
he had a beard and he was shorter, he could pass for an Ewok
Mm.
with that outfit.
Not with that hair though.
No.
He might stick out.
All right. We will not continue discussing the Olympics next right here on Jocks. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. Jimmy Hull tweeting in, thanks, guys, for making sure we never get this Olympic song out of our heads. It's catchy, though, at least.
It's a jam.
John White tweeting in, LeBron James could flop on the ice just as well as he does on the hardwood. Probably go down a little faster.
Maybe not at his age, though. I don't see him in being that long in the league. He's probably cutting down on flopping.
There's a couple I'm not going to read, but you can go check out our mentions and find those and be just as entertained as I was. Entertaining basketball game at Neville Arena last night. Vandy takes down Auburn 84-76. Vandy led the majority of the game, but it was competitive for a lot of the game.
Yeah.
The weird thing with this Auburn basketball team right now, Greg, is I mentioned this with Andy Bertram yesterday about the previous loss to Alabama. And I believe if you go back to the loss prior, Auburn is winning the majority of statistical categories, yet losing these games. And not making a direct comparison, but it is becoming to feel a little bit like some of Auburn football felt in the last year or two of finding ways to lose games. At least it feels that way or would appear that way. And I don't know what you do to repair that when there are multiple aspects of how your team is operating that you are successful in, yet you can't go out and be competitive enough to actually win basketball games. Not that they haven't won any games this year. Auburn's 14-10, Vandy's 20-4. Vandy's a good basketball team. Nobody's not going to say that. We're not going to try to debate that. That's not going to be a thing that we actually look at. But second loss in a row in which Auburn out-rebounds their opponent, outscores their opponent in the paint. And none of the statistical categories that Auburn lost were necessarily blowouts. They had more points off turnovers. Now, they did have one more turnover than Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt had twice the blocks that Auburn had. So maybe defensively they were a little bit different, but it is odd to see a team that you expect a lot of times in hoops when you lose at home. It's statistically you're not going to be competitive in a lot of areas. 46% from the floor. Auburn shot 40% from the floor. Auburn was better from behind the three-point line. When you see those things, you begin to wonder, okay, what are the reasons that this team's actually dropping games? And it's frustrating to watch for Auburn fans.
Very frustrating. And I think when you watched last night, first of all, let's start with Vanderbilt's a good basketball team. They're really good.
Yeah.
Very, very solid. So I don't think there's any reflection on that. If there's ever been a good loss, it's probably one that occurred last night. But when I look at Auburn, I feel like there's something about, and I think Andy hit it yesterday, it stops and starts. It feels like it's constantly like there's going for a little bit where it's looking good, and then it slows down. It goes away for 4 minutes. It looks good again, goes away for a few minutes. I don't feel like I ever get 20 consecutive minutes and a half in which they're playing quality basketball. And I don't know if that's just the nature of the game or if maybe some of the new pieces, the new faces, they haven't quite gelled together, and maybe the chemistry's not there even at this late stage of the season. Like for me, it's just the consistency, possession by possession, is not there. So I don't know how you find that. I don't know if you see it similar.
Yeah, I don't think it's effort. When I watch, I don't question the effort. I don't think the kids aren't playing hard.
Absolutely, it's not effort.
Now there are some poor decisions that are made. Shot selection at times is not great. There are some things that are forced by a couple of guys on the team. I don't think they have a true takeover guy, which a lot of times in basketball, specifically with the disbursement of talent over recent years, you just need a guy that you know in crunch time you can go to. I mean, Auburn threw it in the paint last year for the majority of the season, and they were going to be okay. Like, Janai Broome was going to figure it out. And he had great role players around him that knew their spots as well. When Bruce had some of his better teams, you had a couple of guards at different points in time that you knew. All right, give them the ball. They're either going to get to the rack or they're going to be able to find a perimeter jumper, and they're going to knock it down, and that's going to be that. But I don't know who that is on this team. Keyshawn Hall, I think we would probably point to first. Tahad Pettiford, we thought had a chance to be that guy this year. He dropped 21 last night. We had all 5 starters in double figures last night, and you lost. It's frustrating to watch. And I guess by saying this, it brings up bigger questions for me as to what is the repair.
Yeah.
Where do you turn? Where do you look? Like, what door do you try to open? What rock do you look under with what you actually have? Now, we thought Jovic might be the guy here when we saw him a couple of weeks ago kind of explode against, I think it was Arkansas. Like, all right, if he takes the next step, like he could be the guy that maybe makes his team very different, and it doesn't feel like that's been able to continue to happen. So I don't know, man. Like, I don't know where you go as far as getting over this little hump of being competitive and then turning that into finding ways to win games.
Like we talked about a little bit yesterday, too. It's like they need a get-right game. They need a get-right game, kind of get something going in the right direction. They need that desperately, but this schedule doesn't allow for that. I mean, you look
Arkansas
at Arkansas
on the road next, probably not that spot.
No, brutal. I mean, brutal. Hey, guess what? They've been better on the road at times than they've been at home, though. So maybe going on the road might be the best thing for them. Sometimes when things are a little poisonous and maybe it hasn't been as good as you wanted it to be or as good as maybe the home fans want it to be, sometimes going on the road where it's a quiet environment, us against the world mentality, sometimes that can be beneficial. So they can find themselves. But, I mean, now to think that this is a team that's now under 500, they've dropped 3 in a row. Granted, 3 good teams, 3 very good teams that they lost to, going on the road to Arkansas. Then you followed up with a sneaky tough game at Mississippi State. I mean, Mississippi State's no world beater. They're 3-7 in the conference. But still a road trip. Still a road trip and an 8 p.m. tip next week. So it's tough sledding. It's really tough sledding because the next real, quote, get-right game is Oklahoma, and that's on the road.
That's on the road, too.
It's like give me a get-right game, please.
But flip that around, and it doesn't – it's not a murderer's row like they have seen at other points in time in this schedule this year. I mean, it on the road against Arkansas, yeah, but then at State, Kentucky at home, at Oklahoma, Ole Miss, LSU can defeat all those teams.
Yeah.
Teams that we wouldn't be surprised if they won any of those games. And then LSU after that, and then obviously at Alabama to close the regular season. So there are winnable games left on the stretch. And so 14-10, if you could compile 4 or 5 of those over the next month, you still could find yourself in the tournament, and the strength of schedule is going to help them. No, it doesn't really matter what the record is. The strength of schedule is going to have them in that conversation. So Stephen Pearl still does have the opportunity to right a few things if they can find a way to get over the hump. Damien, what do you see when you watch this basketball team as far as altering something to be able to find a way to win some of these closer games after losing 3 straight?
Especially last night, it's kind of to y'all's point. They don't have – like Tahad Pettiford is looked at as that go-to guy. But as the whole season, but, the past couple games, he's been putting up a lot of, he's been putting up numbers. But Keyshawn Hall has been kind of inconsistent. He leads the team in scoring, but he struggled last night. So it's athletically, they can match up with anybody. And I kind of looked at this team early on in the season. They reminded me of Houston of, okay, they can play great defense just because of just the pure size and the athletic ability. But on offense, they can't shoot the 3 well. So they have to be aggressive. So it's just something we're not used to seeing because last year they could, Janai Broome was your get out of jail free card, but now they just don't have that one guy that can take over the ball game.
Yeah, and physically I feel like they were still just on a little bit of a different level last year than what they are this year altogether. So we'll see if they can round into form here towards the last month of the season. Probably tough for you or some of you out there to round into form at your homes because flu season is here. Make your home healthier with Trane's Clean Effects Home Air Cleaner. It removes up to 99.9% of airborne particles, including those that cause virus, 100 times more effective than standard air filters, 8 times more effective than HEPA room filters. Find a dealer near you at Trane.com. It is hard to stop a train. All right, when we come back, I had a question posed to me this morning about quarterbacks that I would like to pose to the group, and not just about one league. We'll do it next right here on Jocks. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. Text line is open, 205-834-9450. I guess this is an annual thing we have to do. 800-239-9569 if you want to get in. Wednesday, February 11th, 7:38 right here on Jocks. Before we move to the text line, Greg, tell our listeners about Canty.
Well, Canty can fix it. That's Cantey, can fix it. They do an amazing job here in the area. And we know there's a million reasons why your foundation might be challenged, whether that's weather. We know we're going to have some weather today. The rainy season will get here at some point. You'll discover some leaks potentially in your basement, foundation, crawl space. Is the basement damp or is it musty? Water intrusion can lead to foundation damage, mold, allergies, and can ruin your belongings. Canty Foundation Specialists can help. They are the experts in basement waterproofing. They'll come out, do a free inspection for water damage or any other foundation issues you think you might have. So if you are having some challenges with moisture, musty smells, or wood rot coming from the crawl space, call Canty Foundation Specialists today. They offer inspections and estimates, and their work is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Call them today at 205-509-3991 or visit Canty, that's Cantey, canfixit.com. That's Canty, canfixit.com.
All right, so what is the text line looking like, Damien, so far this morning?
We've got some, with our last segment, had some upset Auburn fans. But also going back
upset with us?
No, just at Auburn.
Oh, okay.
At Auburn. Somebody texted in and says, Auburn's problem is defense. 5 starters in double digits, lacking defense. What happened to the defense that played against Florida?
That's fair.
Yeah, somebody said Auburn's an undisciplined team with no on-court leadership. They play with too much emotion, which is the Bruce Pearl way. Technical fouls and selfishness. They have great talent, but intangibles are not there. But going back to the Olympic sport / not sport, somebody texts in and says, Cole, by your logic, golf is not a sport.
Correct. Athletic event. I do think you have to be athletic to compete in golf. I think it takes a tremendous amount of skill. I respect the hell out of it. I just don't think it's a sport. And that's okay. It doesn't, my definition of sport is direct physical interaction somehow, some way. Like you have to physically be competing against someone else. That can be via team, individually, whatever. That has to come into play at some point in time.
Greg?
I think golf, here's my thought on this. I understand Cole's perspective. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you are playing against grass, trees, wind, circumstances,
Sand.
lies, sand, whatever. You're playing against the terrain and the weather. Ultimately, all that is completely fair. When it's cold, the ball doesn't travel as far. You factor that in. There's a scientific element to every single swing. So I understand Cole's point. But here's where Cole does not apply the advanced nuance of playing golf against somebody else. For example, in match play, the mental dynamic of seeing what the person you're playing against does, and then it will alter. If they hit it close, it alters your approach as a player. And the pressure and the mentality and the being able to compartmentalize what transpired with that player to then now apply your own swing thoughts to this swing to hit it close as well. Like there is a back and forth dynamic. Now, Cole has never played in match play. Cole has never done it. He's never understood. He's never stood over there over the ball in a member guest format and had to pull the trigger. It's a lot harder than I think he might think. It's not about difficulty. Some things are very, very hard. Some things are very, very easy. It doesn't change that it's competition. But the mental aspect of it does make it more competitive and more sport than Cole wants to assume.
Yeah, the mental part of golf, I think, is arguably the most difficult part.
For sure.
Being able to repetitively do something physically over and over, number one, the pressure that then mounts, decisions that have to be made. I get it, all that. Again, athletic event. Guys, I respect what they do. I respect the skill that it takes, the athleticism that it takes, as it does take some. Just not a sport, in my opinion.
Somebody texted in and says, chess players compete directly against each other. Is that
not physically? They don't know what physical interaction happens in a chess match. This guy can't be serious. If he's trying to have fun, then that's great. Good for you. You did a good job. But that's not real. Is that real? Are we thinking that's real?
Nah,
Somebody really making that point?
It shouldn't be.
I mean, this guy thinks Crazy Eights is a sport. War is a sport. Like what?
Mahjong is a sport.
According to this guy, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's physical, isn't it?
Drake May was playing it.
Pickleball then. It's just back and forth.
No, you can. I mean, you can hit somebody in the face with a pickleball.
You hit somebody in the face with some spades if you're playing it right. Throwing down them bows
Not
and
part of
mahjong
the
tongs.
game.
Well,
get them out of here.
I've seen people throw dominoes when
Yeah,
playing
they
bones.
can- yeah,
Like,
that
I've
can get
seen that happen.
Yeah, the table can crash.
Yes, or I slam you through it.
Makes
Got
sense.
Okay.
Somebody texts in and says there's a reason why it's called the Olympic Games.
Thank you, sir.
Oh yeah.
And what
All
do they
of
what
what
do they
Cole is
what do
saying is
they
fair.
reference them as when they go to the next thing? We'll go to this what?
Event.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's the
You
semantics.
don't need to convince us necessarily. I understand your thought process. I get that unless you are punching each other and or wrestling back and forth, a la there's only one sport in the Olympics that Colt respects, and that's Greco-Roman wrestling. But to me,
I do think that it is the epitome of sport. Like if you're just going foundational, grassroots, like Greco-Roman wrestling would be like the ultimate foundation of sport.
fair.
Yes.
That is the foundation.
Yeah.
Get it? That all other sport is built on, not gladiators.
Where else would it have started? Throwing rocks at one another? I mean, I
I don't know. The rock was a tool, so like, what would have been before that?
I don't know.
a headbutt competition. I don't know. That would have been it. I know Royal Payne says Cole is right. If golf is a sport, bowling is a sport, and bowling ain't a sport.
It's an activity.
It does require some physical skill. I won't pretend I can't put that spin on a bowling ball and make it do what other
It
people.
definitely
Pete Weber
requires
does.
skill.
Yeah, no doubt, and some athleticism.
But
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm not counting things as a sport because some take elite levels of athleticism and some don't.
fair.
We could say that within certain aspects of what we reference as a sport, basketball, football. Like we make fun of kickers all the time. They can't do what cornerbacks can do, or tight ends can do, or fullbacks can even do. So but it does take different levels of skill in different places. So I'm fine with that. I'm not going to say that not just because you're not Steph Curry doesn't mean you're not an athlete. That's not where I'm going with this.
Fair. But here's my pushback when comparing bowling and golf. For example, the guy you're playing against misses the green. All right, he hits it way out to the right. What are you doing then as a golfer? You're going to aim for the middle of the green, eliminate the risk in the shot. Even if you're short, no problem. You can just get it up and down. All you got to do is just keep yourself in the hole. Whereas in bowling, a guy throws it in the gutter. The next guy up's not like, okay, all I need is one pin here. Like, let me just aim for that corner pin.
Listen, I don't know. I hardly know anything about bowling. But I would imagine there are multiple instances in which he doesn't get a strike in front of you. She doesn't get a strike in front of you. And if you have the 7-12 split, whatever, I don't know the numbers even. So whatever that is, you don't have to be as high risk. And if instead of trying to hit one pin to go knock the other pin down, you just knock the one pin down because that's all you need for your score. So I would actually disagree with you. I do think the mental gymnastics can be just as difficult and more difficult because you have extenuating circumstances that change in golf that can also assist you. Hitting a ball downhill.
Yeah.
Having a slope that you can use to land the ball on, then roll towards the green. Bowling got to do the same thing every time.
Correct. It's
It never
flat,
changes.
Level, flat,
That's
level.
it. Everything's the same.
What if you need more pins that are out there to
Yes.
score? You're in trouble. You can't go find pin. You can't knock a pin to the other lane to find more points.
Which is why when you look at bowling, there's a lot more guys that have body types similar to that of Craig Stadler than, you have
Generate
in golf,
more power.
In golf, it actually does require some element of being physically fit. You have to walk 6-7 miles.
I
if
don't know
you're
how many
walking.
bowling games you've bowled in a row, but
I'm sorry, Bigger and McCracken.
I have felt like I needed
Bigger
a hip
and McCracken
replacement
doesn't
after
miss
I
it.
bowled a couple games.
I mean, in
So-
Kingpin, a guy that bowls with a prosthetic was unbelievable. You know what I mean? In Kingpin, unbelievable, right? He almost won the thing and won $1 million off Bigger and McCracken.
John
Happy
Daly
Gilmore,
is
the guy had never played
Happy
golf before.
Gilmore.
John Daly is the picture boy of
He is.
physical health there.
Yes, 100%. Melvin wants to chime in on sports. Welcome into the show, Melvin.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
So my thing about sports is that if you have to do something to manipulate your body to score, I consider a sport, which is what I'm talking about when it comes to golf. You have to have perfect, almost perfect sync between your hips, hip turn, wrist bend, and hand to get the club square. I consider it a sport. A sport is not just anything where two bodies have to go against each other, one to try to score, one to stop the other from scoring. And I say that about golf because anybody can't just go out there and be good at golf. Football, yeah, I know that you have to have great athleticism. I believe that. But you know, Cole and Greg, you guys know that if you get a great athlete with some strength and never played football and put him out there to play defensive end, or maybe he probably do pretty good. Now he may not be great for a moment,
Hang up the phone.
but he'd probably be.
No.
No.
I also wouldn't say the same thing about a guy going out there trying to shoot a basketball.
So
I wouldn't say the same thing. Put a guy on skates and let him go try to make a goal in hockey.
What he's trying to say is that LeBron would be a Pro Bowl tight end
What he's saying is that randos can just go play football today,
if they're
and
strong.
none of us can go play
Yeah,
golf.
they're strong.
If they're strong.
I felt like I knew where you were going for a second there, Melvin, and then you completely ran off the road.
Here's what I would say to that. I know a whole heck of a lot more football players that can go pick up a golf club and figure it out. Then I know golfers that can go put on a helmet and survive one quarter of action. I'm talking survive. I'm not talking so much like
that was legitimately a surprising point that was even attempted to be made. I feel like it was going to the exact opposite direction, which I think we may have agreed with in some instance, but wow, we went there. That just Joe Capoto off the street, give him a month in the weight room, he could be a D end.
D end. D end. No.
He could go out there against Panay Sewell today and just
Like you said, survive.
wear him out.
Survive.
Yeah. Back with more next. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. George Johnson tweeting into the show, is baseball a sport? No physical contact. You've never seen a guy run over a catcher. You've never seen somebody try to remove a double play at second base. You've never seen somebody take a baseball in the ribs. There you go. Matthew Wires tweets in, looked up the definition of sport so I could be snarky, and all of a sudden I realized that Cole Cubelic has hit the nail on the head. Sport, dictionary, activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. Let's go to the Higginbotham hotline. Greg is on the road. Welcome in, Greg.
Hey, guys. So we all have friends who've made fun of golf not being a sport or baseball being a sport. And, they smart aleckly say, it would be better if you had an alligator in the sand trap or a pit of fire you have to jump over in baseball. But on 60 Minutes, late in the year, rather, they had a thing called chess boxing. So you beat the hell out of everybody for a round, and then you go and sit down at a table and play a round of chess for a couple of minutes, and then you hop back in the ring and beat the hell out of each other, and you sit down. And I can't remember how exactly you win, whether it's a knockout in boxing or you capture the king in chess. But you want to talk about a mental and physical aspect of a game. Also, when you think about mental and physical aspects, I had a friend just compete in the 7 marathons in 7 days on 7 continents. And it's the second time he's done it, and I can't even come close to the mental fatigue that man went through.
Yeah, I wouldn't reference that as a sport. I would reference that as a death wish, but for the majority of us.
Absolutely. Yeah. Suicidal. Absolutely.
Don't know how that I've seen that, read about that. That and like the I forget what it's called, like the Spartan race or something, where it's like you race literally an entire weekend.
Yeah.
And it's insane. Some of these folks, I don't know what they're doing to be ready for those deals.
They actually ran in Antarctica?
That's what I was thinking.
I think so.
Like, do they have volunteers out there, like, handing water, too?
I don't feel like that has to be a part of it.
Okay, because I feel like that's
about how nice you are as a race director, of how many of those people you have, or how many nice people you have in that area that you want to try to help. But
penguins out there just handing it out.
If it's that cold, do you want water during the race?
Right.
I don't know.
Got some hot chocolate.
It's definitely what they need.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll put that topic to rest.
But chess boxing?
Test both mental and physical.
Yeah.
If you grew up listening
it makes sense. It's kind of like cross-country skiing and then shooting a .22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically the same thing.
But
no
technically
different.
a sport.
Watch that knockout. I gotta remember what my move was.
Except you'd be shooting at one of the other competitors instead of a small target.
It's not a sport.
Like, what are we doing?
Because according to the definition, yada, yada, for entertainment, I don't see how people can be entertained by this.
Well, if you grew up listening to Method Man and the RZA and the Jizza and ODB, you would understand the mystery of chess boxing, which is a track, but you're too young for that.
Yeah.
You refuse to go back and listen to quality music that was made pre your birth. So we'll be back to talk Big Ten scheduling with Scott Docterman next, right here on Jocks.